Hello and welcome back to, where are we now? Part 11 of the 1/350 scale hood by Trumpeter build. Um, so in this video, I'm working on this area here, putting all these pieces in. I've painted there's some searchlights here which are painted. I'm just going to put the glaze of this glue over them to give that glass effect on them. Then I'll put those 4 of them on. A couple more pieces here which will go on either side, top, they're already painted. Then I'm working on this area. Now that will have some pieces sitting on it. There's 2 pieces here which are these. There's these pieces here which is photo etch. Now I'm working on another section here which is going to have photo etch put around it and a couple of doors, and because there's gaps, I'm not sure, I don't think this wraps around that. This just goes on itself, so this piece won't be used. Otherwise the instructions would have told me to take off the door and make that all flat for this to go on, but that's not in the instructions, so that won't be there. So this will be bent and folded into the position, into that shape. The doors will be put on, and because there's the holes there where the doors are, I'll actually have at least one side door actually in the open position, just to look a bit different. This section, so these sections there's one of these will go on the deck there, another one will go there. And working on the center here, so we're just working on the center pieces here. So I'm going to go and fix these searchlights, put them on, and paint these up, and then we'll come back and have a look how that looks on the deck. Be back shortly. Hey, welcome back. We're different view this time. Thought I'd show you where I do my painting, my airbrushing. So I use a Mod Effects airbrush here. It's only a cheap one, $100 odd. Does the job very well. It sits into the holder there. I have my Badger airbrush cleaner, clean it out with my paints here, mostly Style Res is the primer I use, and then I've got the colours I'm using now, the Lynn Grey for the ship. There's a darker grey there, all Tamiya for the bits and pieces on the deck. I did. There's the deck brown that I used. What I do is I pre-mix them with the thinners here, and they're ready to go. What do I have here? Got, up the top there, I've got my collection of HMS paints, which I'm not actually using on this build, but I've used on the few other builds I've done. They're very good paints. They are a acrylic lacquer. They come straight from the bottle. They don't need any thinning. So that makes it quite handy, and you just straight into the airbrush and out they come straight out. Right now at the moment we have some pieces drying up on the window. View up on the window. It's a very hot day up here today. It's about 36 degrees Celsius. It's going to be 40 tomorrow. I don't know what that is in Fahrenheit, but trust me, it's hot. So yeah, right here we've got some pieces drying. You can see here there's a little piece there with the hatch on it. Seem to focus too well. Yeah. It's drying. The other pieces are labelled that are going to be put up on the deck. Put on the deck and very shortly in this temperature. I would say I would give these about an hour at the most. They'll be right to put on, especially in this temperature. So obviously I have my gloves, a mask. I have a pedestal fan if I need to blow any of the fumes straight out the window. Yeah, that's how the magic of painting happens. I'll head back to the bench now and see where we're at. Back on the bench and changed my camera view. A bit of a different angle, we can fit more in. I did find out that the temperature today, 38 degrees, is actually 100 degrees Fahrenheit. When I would come back in here, I just noticed that a lot of the wood, some of the wood decking is actually lifting up because of the heat. Keep pushing it down, so something I may have to add some glue there or something. The decking that was put on earlier, a week or so ago, it's fine. It's just the decking that I put on in the last couple of days is, yeah, trying to peel up. It's so hot. Anyway, so when all those pieces come back from the paint area, I'll be putting them all on here. That will mean that we've completed step 8 will be completely done, although there are a couple of lifeboats that need to be put together for that, so I won't actually tick it off. You should see we're getting close to having to do that. Step 9 is also complete. Done that. Done these little pieces here and the searchlights. Again, lifeboats to go on the other side of the wall here. So 10 is this top deck that's coming on here that's drying at the moment. It's like some radar. I have to learn what these parts are. Sorry about that. So all that will go on, and that will complete, I think, yes, step 10 will be done. And then we're on to step 11. And step 11 involves making 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 lifeboats. And we'll probably put together some light rafts if we're needed for the other 2 pages. Now there's a lot of photo etch involved in life rafts have the bottoms all photo etch, but there's a lot of photo etch for these lifeboats. A few other pieces up on here that will be attached in this area, and there's also some guns So we've got some guns and a couple of turrets to put in. Yeah. Now the guns are fairly detailed. They'll have to be done in photo etch, so I may leave that for a while, because after step 11 we get onto the control tower, and then after that it moves on to the funnels, smokestacks. Yeah, but there's quite, we've got quite a lot to go. Quite a lot. So yeah. So I'll bring in those painted pieces shortly and attach all of those, and then we'll come back and have a look where we're at again. Cheers. Okay, welcome back. I've come in for a bit of a closer look here. I'm working on the anti-aircraft guns. I've finished 2 of them. There's going to be 4 of them all up. Some really nice photo etch detail making these. They look quite good. And then there's the platforms, which are being replaced by, again, photo etch with the railings, which I'll have to bend around into shape. And then there's these little boxes that replace the ones on the side of here to go on the photo etch versions. Now it's very hot here today. In fact, yesterday I was having so much trouble with the decking on the hood. The wood decking was coming unstuck in all the corners. So today it's actually even hotter. It's going to be 40 degrees today, Celsius. So I've actually put the ship in my fridge. So I won't be actually working on the ship today while it's this hot, but which is why I've turned to working on these guns, and I might even work on the lifeboats as well. There's quite a few lifeboats to be built today too. Anyway, so here's a look at how small some of this stuff can be. I'll finish these up and we'll have a look how they are when they're done. Here I've got all the lifeboats all put together. I've just done a primer coat with them, the Stylres primer. These are quite nicely detailed. You can see that there's railings on there, rudders, propeller. Looking quite nice. Some of the other boats here are still apart because they need all the oars put on there, which are photo etch, and those are on the photo etch here. And what I've done is I've given them a coat just with the brush of HMS edge primer. So I've just given them a coat, and then I'll paint them by hand, and I'm not sure what colour. I'm guessing brown. I have to check that out, find out what colour to do the oars. The actual lifeboats themselves are a white hull, going by the photo, the paint guide. So if we look on here, we've got all the boats here, which it's all saying are so yeah, they're all white with brown wood in the bottom. About to clear. So I'll get them painted paint it up when this is dry, and they'll look good and they'll be ready to go on. Then I've got the guns, anti-aircraft guns. We've got 2 here that were painted up, which are up on the little platform there, which is all photo etch, and they're ready to go on board. And there's another 2 there. They'll go on, and then up on top of the towers we've got these still sitting here to go in, and the stairs as well. The ship itself, because of it being 40 degrees Celsius today and having problems with the decking peeling up, the ship's in the fridge and that seems to be working, so it's nice and cool, so I won't be pulling that out today. So what that means now is that step 11 will be complete. Of course, there's a lot of work painting the lifeboat, so that'll be a job to do tomorrow, but basically that's all completed, and then you're moving on to level number 12, and 12 is the center bridge and the beginning of the tower. So there's quite a bit of stuff in there. So that'll all go together. Fortunately, they'll all be grey. There'll be no need for any deck brown on this, although I'll double check, but I'm pretty sure there's no deck brown. So this will be easy to paint once it's pretty much all put together. I'm sure there'll be photo etch for that. Let's see the photo etch. Yeah, so there's the mast, the boom across there, some photo etch. There's some supports there. So yeah, and of course the railings. Now, I deliberately haven't touched any railings. I mean, going back previous sections, which are all complete, everything's done except the railings. So I'll get to a point where I'll have to do the railings. I'll paint them while they're on the sprue and fit those. I find they're easier to fit towards the end. I don't find railings very hard to do. There's a few tricks to it which I'll show. So yeah, so that's all done. Done. The lifeboats are done. We'll have the mask area and all this. Looks like there's some holes to drill. 0.3mm, 0.6, 3mm and 0.6mm. Get to that. The funnels. There's photo etch for that. And yeah, it goes on. We haven't even touched the turrets yet. I'll save them for another hot day. If there's another hot day coming up where I can't bring the ship out, although I will probably maybe spend some time gluing down that deck a bit better. I think it's right. I think it's just the last decking piece that I put on. It just didn't have enough time to cure properly and set when it was put on before we got this hot weather. That's why it's peeled up. The rest of the decking is fine. It's just that one section. So yeah, now what was I saying? Yeah, so the turrets, we'll save those for another day. There may be some more hot weather coming. That's it. So I'll probably start painting up some of these boats, these lifeboats here. See, like, get them looking good. Okay, I'll be back shortly. Okay, welcome back. We've currently doing some the lifeboats here. See, I've slowly started to paint some of the wood decking in the bottom of the boat here. Coming up quite alright. Be painting the rest of these today. A couple of boats in there. There's also photo etch here, which is the oars, which you probably won't be able to tell, but there's some of the oar. All these oars here, I've actually painted them, so they're a tan colour on them. There's also some smaller oars there, which I've also painted, and they're for the life rafts. So I've started on some of the life rafts, which you can see are painted there. They have photo etch inside them, and the oars will lay across very, very small. Now that's 4 of them, which on the instructions go. So on the instructions will go onto the side here on both sides. Obviously the lifeboats, that's back in step 9. That'll finish step 9. We're actually on step 11 at the moment, which is all these lifeboats. So that's the plan today, is to work through the lifeboats. That will be it for this video. We'll be back for the next part. We'll be putting a lot of this stuff on the ship. The artillery guns, turrets, or the smaller turrets for them. We'll put all these boats on the ship, and we're working on the actual tower. We're working on the tower in the next video, hopefully. Okay, so thanks for watching. Like the video if you like it, subscribe, get notified of the next video when it comes out, and leave a comment if you like. Any advice would be good, tips you might have, questions, it's all good, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.